They sold you a lie. A massive, life-altering lie. And you bought it. We all did. The lie is simple. Time is money. It sounds so logical, right? So sensible. But it's the biggest scam ever pulled. They convinced you that your time is a commodity, something you can trade for cash. So, what did you do? You started selling your life, hour by hour, cheaply. Think about it, that phrase, time is money, wasn't invented to empower you, it was invented to control you. It turned the clock from a simple tool into the bars of a cage. Every tick, a reminder of the money you could be making. Every tock, a whisper of the bills you need to pay. And so, you trade. You clock in, you clock out. You trade your irreplaceable, unrepeatable moments of life for survival, a wage. Just enough to keep you going, so you can show up tomorrow and trade some more. You punch a clock, you fill out a timesheet, you answer to a boss. Your day is divided into neat little billable units. 8 hours for them, a few for yourself, and the rest to recover so you can do it all over again. You trade your sunny afternoons for fluorescent lights. You trade your child's first steps for a critical meeting. You trade your passions for a paycheck. You're not just working a job, you're liquidating your existence. You're selling off pieces of your one and only life, and the price is always set by someone else. They've made you believe this is the only way, that this is being responsible. But is it responsible to sell the only thing you truly own? Here's the revelation, the part they don't want you to fully grasp. Time isn't money. It's so much more valuable. Money is infinite. We can print more of it. We can create it out of thin air through credit and digital transactions. There is a virtually limitless supply of money in the world. But your time is the most finite resource you will ever have. You were born with a fixed number of heartbeats, a finite number of sunrises to witness. You can't print more time. You can't borrow it from the future. Once an hour is gone, it's gone forever. And that's the secret. That's why they want your hours, not just your ideas. An idea can be a one-time transaction. You can sell an invention, a book, a piece of art, but your time. They can buy that from you every single day for 40 years. They pay you a fraction of the value you create, because they're not just buying your labor, they're renting your life. They need your consistent, predictable, hour-by-hour presence to keep their own systems running. Your time is the fuel for their machine. They aren't paying for your brilliance. They're paying for your obedience to the clock. Let's look at the proof. The numbers don't lie. The average person, in a typical career, will spend over 90,000 hours at work. 90,000 hours. Let that sink in. That's more than a decade of your conscious life, spent entirely within the confines of a job. And, for what? A recent global study found that job dissatisfaction is at a staggering 76%. More than 3/4 of the global workforce are unhappy with how they spend the majority of their waking hours. They feel disengaged, uninspired, and trapped. So why do people stay? Why do billions of people wake up every morning to do something they hate? The answer is as simple as it is tragic. Fear. The fear of poverty is more powerful than the desire for purpose. They've built the system this way. The fear of not paying the mortgage, the fear of medical bills, the fear of not having enough for retirement. This fear keeps you chained to the clock, trading your precious, finite time for a sense of security that is often just an illusion. You're so busy surviving that you never get a chance to truly live. The truth is, the system isn't broken. It's working exactly as it was designed to. It's designed to keep you afraid, compliant, and trading your life away for a wage. So, what's the solution? How do you break free from this time scam? You have to stop trading time for money. I'm not saying you should quit your job tomorrow with no plan. That's not practical for most. I'm talking about a fundamental shift in your mindset and your strategy. Instead of selling your hours one by one, you need to start building. Build systems that work for you, even when you're not working. This is the difference between active and passive income. This is the difference between being a cog in the machine and owning a piece of the machine. What does a system look like? It could be anything. It could be creating a digital product, like an online course or an e-book, that you create once and can sell thousands of times. It could be investing in assets that generate income, like stocks that pay dividends or a rental property. It could be building a business that doesn't require your constant hourly presence to function, a business with automated processes and a team you can trust. It could be creating content, like this very video, that can be watched by millions of people long after you've finished recording it. The key is leverage. You need to find ways to disconnect your income from the hours you put in. Your goal should be to create value that continues to pay you back long after the initial effort is over. Every hour you spend should be an investment in a system that will eventually buy back your future hours. This is how you reclaim your time. Freedom isn't about having $1 million in the bank. Freedom is when your clock serves you, not your employer. Freedom is waking up and deciding what you want to do with your day, not what you have to do to pay the bills. Freedom is when your time becomes your own again. Let me leave you with this. The moral of the story, the final twist in this time scam. They buy your hours and sell you dreams. Think about every advertisement you see. The luxury car, the exotic vacation, the perfect family in the perfect house. They take the money you earned by selling your time, and they use it to sell you a picture of the freedom you crave. A freedom you could have if you weren't so busy selling your time. It's a vicious cycle. They buy your life from you, 1 hour at a time, and then sell you the dream of a life you could be living. Don't let them. Wake up. See the clock for what it is, a tool, not a master. Start valuing your time more than they do. Start seeing every hour as an irreplaceable piece of your life, not a dollar amount. Begin the process, however small, of building something that will set you free. Because your time isn't money, your time is your life, and it's the only one you've got. Don't sell it cheap. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, if it sparked something in you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content that challenges the way we think about work, money, and life. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. How are you going to start reclaiming your time? See you in the next video.